Hey, you can DJ, you can cut the music. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, 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 yeah. It's happening way too much.
Which you could do after, I guess, you could do it after you establish quorum, you could do it after you do the Pledge of Allegiance.
I'll do it after I do the Pledge of Allegiance. Good evening. This meeting is now called to order. We have to do a roll call, and we're going to have to get a nominated person from the board to actually take the minutes again. So we're going to call this meeting to order, and then we'll take a motion. This meeting is now called to order. Trustee Lewis, would you do a roll call for me, please?
Trustee Karen Lewis here. Go ahead.
Go all around.
Oh, Trustee Fulcher. Trustee Gina Williams. Here. Trustee Sonia Jenkins Bell. Trustee Fulcher. Trustee Thompson.
Present.
Trustee Theo Brooks.
Okay, and
Mayor
before we do our Pledge of Allegiance,
Mayor
I need a motion and a second to nominate. I'm present. I'm sorry, Trustee Lewis. Before we do our Pledge of Allegiance, I need a motion and a second to nominate. Yes. As Clerk Pro Tem.
Second.
Look at them, they all do
Motion by
second.
Motion by who made the original motion? You made the original motion, Trustee Brooks? Yeah. Okay, Trustee Brooks, for the record, made the motion. Trustee Thompson made the second. Roll call, please. Roll call.
Hold on. Okay, all right, roll call. Mayor, this is a motion to make Trustee Lewis the pro tem
Yes.
clerk for the evening. Okay, Trustee Lewis, that's myself, I vote aye. Trustee Trustee Williams. Both aye. Trustee Jenkins Bell. Trustee Fulcher. Trustee Thompson.
Aye.
Trustee Brooks. Mayor Rudez.
Votes aye. Let's stand for our Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Is there a motion for approval of the minutes, or is that going to be tabled? Okay, motion to table. There's a motion by Lewis, second by Brooks and Thompson. Roll call, Madam Clerk. This is to table the minutes. This is getting out of hand.
Trustee Karen Lewis votes aye. Trustee Williams. Votes aye. Trustee Jenkins Bell. Trustee Fulcher. Trustee Jewel Thomas.
Thompson. Votes aye.
Trustee Theo Brooks. Mayor Rudez.
Votes aye to table the minutes. Here we are, our general public comment section. Are there any comments regarding any items on the agenda? If not, we'll circle back at the regular time for our meetings. New business item F2A is a resolution approving the fourth declaration of trust of the Illinois Metropolitan Investment Fund, otherwise known as IMET, amended and restated, dated as of April 22nd, 2022, declaration of trust and authorizing the execution thereof, and authorizing certain officials to act on behalf of the Village of University Park. Is there a motion, please?
So moved.
Moved by trustee Lewis,
Second.
second by
Question.
Williams. Yes, ma'am.
So, who are the certain officials that's listed on here?
Liz Williams. Liz Scott, I mean. Liz Scott. And Theo Brooks, right?
Can you hear me? Okay. So this is on the form. This is the first form that is in the board packet, and it has on here, it follows the same format as our bank accounts and our other accounts, which should be the senior-most trustee has signatory authority, which is Theo Brooks. And it says Theodore, but it should be Theopolis. That changed. They entered that wrong. The clerk and the mayor has read-only. It has it on here. That's how it is with all of our accounts. I have full access, as well as Chris Mirabali. So this is the same format. That's why I did include it, so it would be clear. And what this is an investment account. The reason why I'm just asking for approval to get on this is because we were unaware of it. We were not getting paper statements. It was coming electronically, and from what I understand, it was several village managers ago, from 2018. He may be on this account, but they wouldn't give me any information because I'm not on the account. So they sent that standardized form. Trustee Brooks just asked me a question outside about, there's an amended part on there about April 22nd. That is included in all of their formatted resolutions, and it was something that they updated in their bylaws. And to be honest, I don't know what it said years prior to that, because like I was not familiar with this account and whatnot, and I never received the prior resolution. But this is just so that I can gain access, I can be on the account, and I can see what's going on in that account. They wouldn't have any conversation with Chris or I because they didn't know who we were, and we don't have proper authorization.
Thank you.
Yeah, Mayor, Chris is at there. So, yeah, Chris, don't forget it's THEAPLISC.
So trustee Brooks, you're asking for correction
Yeah.
on the paperwork.
Yeah, so, yeah, it got and I know everyone thinks it's like Theodore, or no, it's Theopolis, THEAP, like an apple, LISC. And I just want to say for the record that I am aware about this account. I just told Ms. Scott that I heard of this account. I don't want to raise no inflammatory comments, but I guess someone may have been trying to take money out the account. This was before Elizabeth Scott or anything. But I heard, just remember, I heard we did have this account. And yeah, this is something that we definitely need to know what's in there. Because I heard that money was transferred out of that account. When it was probably more like 20, like before this board, like maybe even this previous board when Shirley, or what's her name? When Shirley, like Shirley and Tutu was on the board. So that's how long ago I heard we had this account, but it was never attended to. I yield my time.
Thank you. Roll call, please, Madam Clerk.
Trustee Lewis, that's myself, I vote aye. Trustee Williams.
Both sides.
Trustee Jenkins Bell. Donna Fulcher. Trustee Fulcher. Trustee Jewel Thompson.
Aye.
Trustee Theo Brooks. Mayor Rudez.
Votes aye.
Motion passed, Mayor.
So let's give a temporary resolution number 2026. Let's say it's hard to do that. Okay. Yeah. All right.
The resolution number will be pending.
All right.
Okay.
We'll do it that way. All right. Item F2B is an approval of the adoption of Lexipool policy system for the University Park Police Department. Is there a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Roll call, Madam Clerk. Thank you, guys.
That's F2B, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Trustee Lewis, votes aye. Trustee Williams. Trustee Jenkins Bell. Trustee Fulcher. Trustee Thompson,
Votes aye.
Oh, God.
Trustee Brooks. Mayor Rudez.
Votes aye, Madam Clerk. Thank you.
Motion passed, Mayor.
Thank you so much. Item F2C, approval of the Fortress Plus solutions for the University Park Police Department evidence room inventory. Is there a motion, please?
So moved.
Second by Brooks. Roll call.
Trustee Lewis votes aye. Trustee Williams.
Both aye.
Trustee Jenkins Bell. Trustee Fulcher. Trustee Thompson.
Votes aye.
Trustee Brooks. Mayor Rudez.
Votes aye. Keep on moving. Go ahead, Trustee Williams. All right, next one. I understand that they went to table item F2D, so we need a motion in a second. Trustee Williams?
A motion to table.
All right.
Item F2D.
Second by
Second.
Trustee Jenkins Bell.
Okay.
Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Mayor, that's the table. Item F2D. Trustee Lewis votes aye. Right, F2D, okay. Trustee Williams.
Both aye.
Trustee Jenkins Bell. Trustee Fulcher. Trustee Thompson.
Votes aye.
Trustee Brooks. Mayor Rudez.
Votes aye.
Motion
right.
passed to table.
All right,
F2D.
so what, all right, that's it, I'll do it when we get there. All right, motion, item F2E, a motion to approve contractual services with the Illinois Association of Chiefs of Police to conduct an assessment center for the position of deputy chief. Is there a motion, please?
So moved.
Moved by Thompson, second by Brooks. Jenkins Bell.
One
Roll,
second.
roll call, Madam Clerk.
That's Thompson and Brooks, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
Motion? Okay. 1 second, I'm trying to write as fast as I can.
Yes, ma'am. You're doing a great job, to be honest with you.
She's wonderful at it.
You know what, Jewel? Okay. Trustee Lewis votes aye. Trustee Williams.
Both aye.
Trustee Jenkins Bell. Trustee Fulcher. Trustee Thompson.
Votes aye.
Trustee Brooks. Mayor Rudez.
Votes aye.
Mayor, item F2E, motion passed.
All right, item F2F, a resolution authorizing the approval of a resolution declaring June 5th Gun Violence Prevention Day in support of the 12th Annual National Gun Violence Awareness Day and Wear Orange campaign as a part of a nationwide effort demanding an end to America's gun violence. May I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second,
Moved by Thompson, second by the Lewis and Williams. Roll call, please.
I got you. Trustee Lewis votes aye. Trustee Williams. Trustees Jenkins Bell. Trustee Fulcher. Trustee Thompson.
Votes aye.
Trustee Brooks. Mayor Rudez.
Votes aye.
Motion passed.
Thank you so much. Item F2G, a resolution repealing position of deputy clerk. Is there a motion, please?
So moved.
Moved by Lewis. Second by Jenkins Bell. Yes, sir.
I did read the email that Madam Clerk had sent, and I think it can use a discussion, these next two items. I just ask if we can table this until Madam Clerk show up, and she's here, we're rating her, if there is no
Make your
behind.
motion and get a second. Let's keep on going.
Yeah,
Is that a motion to table this?
yes, sir, if we
There's a
can do
motion by
that.
Brooks to table, and who got a second?
And that's the next two items,
Well, so we're
F2G
gonna
and
ask,
H.
so you're gonna say item 2G and 2H?
Yeah, until Madam Clerk shows
Okay.
up here.
So there's a motion on the floor from Trustee Brooks to
Second.
table item 2G and 2H.
Right, to Madam Clerk. Hopefully, she's here at this next meeting,
Okay.
because I think it needs to be discussed.
All right,
I'll second.
all right. Roll call, Madam Clerk. Oh, gosh, we're at bills payable.
I know.
Trustee Lewis votes no. There's business to be handled. And we've been waiting and playing around with the clerk. There's a lot of documents on the table that has not been signed. We're getting fined for things like this. I vote no.
I agree, trustee, I just.
Trustee Williams?
Yeah, let her be here to debate it. That's it.
Votes no.
Trustee Jenkins Bell?
Votes no.
Trustee Folger? Trustee Thompson?
Votes aye.
Trustee Brooks?
Votes aye.
Mayor Rudez?
Votes no to table.
Motion to table has failed.
All right.
Moving on to F2G
All right, there's been a motion and a second.
by Lewis and Jenkins Bell.
Yes. Roll call, please.
Trustee Lewis votes aye. Trustee Williams?
Votes aye.
Trustee Jenkins Bell?
Votes aye.
Trustee Fulcher? Trustee Thompson?
Votes no.
Trustee Brooks?
Votes no.
Mayor Rudez?
Votes aye.
Mayor, motion passed.
All right.
On item F2G.
And thank you. Madam Clerk, just for the record, the reason that we are repealing that ordinance for the deputy clerk, just for the record and status quo, there's no way in the world that if the clerk is absent, that we have a deputy clerk that does not fill in the void. Trustee Lewis has sat in that seat acting as deputy clerk over 8 times so far in 2026. So it's time for us to be a little more efficient and continue moving on in the right path. Those are my comments on that one. But
Mr.
now,
Mayor?
yes, sir.
Let me just double check. Yeah, no, I know, because I wanted to just say, on the resolution. Oh, the resolution, I was just concerned. I mean, it passed, that's democracy. I was just a little concerned on how the resolution was written because she is an employee. I mean, yeah, that was the only reason, Mayor.
Okay.
I mean, the resolution was kind of, I mean, even if it was the truth, you know, we didn't say her name today, but it's in a resolution, and I mean,
Yeah.
you know, I think we could just handle some things better, but, you know, I yield my time.
Yeah, and it is
But,
unfortunate.
but you have a point. I mean, if it's 8 times,
Yeah,
you know,
and
but
it's unfortunate that also in absence, when the clerk and everybody understands we all have challenges, but when our city manager has to come in on Saturdays and assemble board packages and print them out, when Trustee Lewis has to continue being the clerk's keeper and stuff, it's time for us to be a little more efficient and remove, that's the only purpose.
yeah.
All right, thank you. Attached for your approval is a listing of general operating expenses for the Village of University Park.
Oh,
that
did we vote it as both?
H. Oh, yes, we did. I'm sorry, thank you. We need a motion to table. Yes, so we did combine those. So we need
So
a
this
motion
one is
now.
to table?
To table. I need a motion to table item 2H, which is an ordinance appointing an acting deputy clerk to sign documents within 48 hours. of
I'll make
board.
that motion, Mayor.
Thank you, sir.
I'll second.
Motion by Brooks, second by Thompson. Roll call, please, Madam Clerk.
Trustee Lewis votes aye. Trustee Williams?
Votes aye.
Trustee Jenkins Bell? Trustee Fulcher? Trustee Thompson?
Votes aye.
Trustee Brooks?
Votes aye.
Mayor Rudez?
Votes aye, Madam Clerk. Thank you.
Motion passed.
We'll spend that and
To
get
table.
a resolution number down the line. Attached for your approval is a listing of general operating expenses for the Village of University Park that occurred on April 29th, 2026 through May 26th, 2026. General Fund, $256,949.71. Road and Bridge, $32,646.71. Town Center Fund, $5,707.36. University Golf Club, $29,531.64. Capital Project Fund, $4,000. TIF 578.25. TIF 7, $1,572.50. And the payroll fund is $4,620.84, with the grand total of $335,607.01. Is there a motion to pay the bills tonight?
So moved.
Moved by Lewis, second by Jenkins Bell. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Any questions?
I'm waiting to hear it.
Any questions, trustees?
I just wanted to, ask Ms. Scott, there are like 3 different insurance companies, for, I guess for life insurance. I said there are 3 life insurance policies, and I was questioning that. Thank you.
Can you hear me now? Okay, employees do have the option of having different coverage for insurance, life insurance. That's an additional add-on. It's other post-health employment benefits, so yes. And they have the option to either take it or not, but it is there, along with other stuff like Aflac. Yes.
Is it because of the union they're in? No?
And so there's a first layer of coverage that all employees receive, and it's life insurance, and the village covers only a small portion.
Okay.
If an employee chooses to elect higher coverage, they have to pay more money, and that's on the employee. So that's what that's for.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
This is for, I want to say that what I'm glad that I am seeing, and Antoine here? Yeah, there you go. He is doing a good job on these holds. I had received 2 phone calls, and one was just crazy, but I'm glad I talked to Attorney Frazier and Mrs. Scott on these potholes and the tire damage. And I don't know if the trustees got this email, but even one guy was persistent where he was trying to get the village to pay like 13 or 11, I think it was about 11,000 for the tires. And so I'm just glad that I'm looking here. There's a great reduction here. So Antoine, Russell, thank you, sir, for trying to fill that up, take care of these holes. And thank you, Ms. Scott, because I see that you put a limit on there too. Yeah, you put a limit on there, and I don't want the residents constantly coming out their pocket for something that is totally avoidable. So wintertime is almost over with, and I yield my time.
All right. All right, roll call, please.
Okay. Trustee Lewis votes aye to pay the bills. Trustee Williams.
Votes aye.
Trustee Jenkins Bell. Trustee Fulcher. Trustee Jewel Thompson.
Votes aye.
Trustee Brooks. Mayor Rudez.
Votes aye to pay the bills.
Motion passed.
All right, thank you so much. Here we come to our general public comments. You got something? All right. Mary Trust, please.
Oh? Oh, man, sir. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Can you hear me? You hear me okay? How about now? Okay. My name is Mary Truss, and I'm here from the Community Block Club here in University Park. And we have a flyer out. It's called Here's the Scoop. Huh? Keep talking? Okay. And what this flyer is about is the initiation of what some of us know as Children's Day, and that is paying attention and giving some attention to our students and the children in our community. And most of the northern people don't know about it, but anybody from the south usually know about Children's Day. And this flyer says, here's the scoop. And what we're doing is we are having an ice cream social at the library in University Park. And it has been distributed, thankfully, by the schools in 201U for all the students, and Crete and Moni, because they are students as well there from University Park. So come to the library on June 6th from 1 to 3 p.m. for an out of the school ice cream social. It's free. You bring your parents with you. You have to have a parent or guardian with you. And to make sure we have lots and lots of ice cream, we appreciate it if you give us a RSVP, which is only normal, so we'll be able to feed our students. And most of us, some of us of a certain age, have heard of schools out for the summer. Well, school is out for the summer. So let's celebrate, at least. The other day when I was talking to the assistant principal at Crete Elementary, she said that is so good that University Park is doing that, because the Crete Library also had one for school is out for the summer for the children, which is an ice cream social. So it's all free. You can come and get ice cream for yourself and the children. Love to have you, love to see you there. It's all about our children. They're not downtown disturbing anyone. So we're going to give them ice cream free.
All right, Deborah J. Stroud.
Good evening, Mayor, Board, those present, those viewing. I want to encourage everybody, anybody who is a licensed driver in the state of Illinois, please take advantage of the AARP driver's course. It's a 2-day course, 4 hours per day. It gives you a great learning that you're not going to get when you're applying for your driver's license, but it gives you additional information. And the fact that it's open to any licensed driver in Illinois, go for it. The discount that I got on my premium, I've been praising. I'm very, very thankful. So please, any licensed driver, a lot of people are not aware that AARP now accepts membership at 18 years old. Yes, and this driver's course, if you're a member, you only pay $20. If you're a non-member, you pay $25. So I just want to put it out there, put it on blast, take advantage of this course. I know the same lady that teaches the course that we had here at 90 Town Center also teaches it in Park Forest and other locations. But perhaps Mr. Battles might know the date of the next course we're going to have. July 9th and 10th. See? Easy peasy. Ask and you receive. Okay, July 9th and 10th. Is it still 12 to 4? And again, the members themselves, they pay $20 and non-members pay $25. Okay, PSA for tonight. Everybody make sure and take that class. It's very, very informative. And it'll save you some coins. My savings, now I can put more money in my gas tank. Everyone have a great evening.
Thank you so much, Ms. Stroud. Jasmine Irvin? All right, Jasmine.
Hello. I am here to formally express my frustration and concern regarding the ongoing road closures and construction detours affecting access around University Parkway and the surrounding roads. The constant closures and lack of communication have created a major inconvenience for residents and commuters. What normally takes less than 2 minutes to get home, now from the stop sign of University Parkway has now turned into an additional 20-minute drive every single day due to multiple detours and blocked routes. During a time when many families are already struggling financially because of the economy and rising gas prices, this situation is unacceptable. Residents were given little to no warning, no clear timeline for completion, and no hopeful updates regarding how long these disruptions will last. It feels as though the construction company is taking its time with no regard for the people being affected daily. First, residents were forced to route using the back roads, then Parkway was closed. Now additional surrounding routes have also been shut down, making traveling increasingly difficult and frustrating. Something needs to be done immediately. Residents deserve better communication, faster progress, and consideration for the financial burden these detours are causing. At the very least, for some, compensation needs to be considered affected residents, whether it's gas cards, toll reimbursements, or any other form of release during this excessive travel costs and time being wasted imposed on the community. We understand that construction and repairs are sometimes necessary, but the way the situation has been handled is extremely disappointing. The community deserves better accountability, transparency, and the realistic timeline for completion. Thank you.
Not up here, Kayon. Not up here, not right there. Yeah. Patricia Calloway.
Good evening. I'm here from Thornwood House. I'm here to please invite you to help us. I've been to the office several times to talk to people. We need help about the water. We need help about the way we are being treated, and we're being ignored. But we won't be ignored when it's time to vote. Please help us. I've asked the administrator, the only one that seems to be helping us, well, not the only one, we have had someone, but Ms. Sonia, thank you so much. Thank you. We really appreciate the knowledge that you can give us. Mr. Mayor, I invite you and your staff to please take the time and come over and sit down and really help us. With these aqua papers, Ms. Gina, we need some help. We are seniors, and some of them are disability, and a lot of people don't understand. Ms. Sonia can be my witness of what happened today. They don't understand. Some people that have been there since 2017 are not getting any paperwork. All kind of rumors are going around, which I don't want to repeat, but it's hard once the rumors start to stop it, unless you do something to stand up. I'm gonna say one more time, Mr. Chief of Police, we need your help also, because things are really getting ridiculous. And instead of just patrolling when somebody calls, patrol more than once when somebody calls. If something happens on our property, please report it to the office. I went to the office today and they said they're not getting any reports. Don't mean it's true, but that's what he said. I'm gonna ask you again, please come and talk to us. Please come and help us. We have an agenda going. We're trying not to do that agenda, like picketing, calling the media. We got petitions. Nobody's listening. We don't want to go to the extreme, but we will. But we will. We're going to be heard. And it's not just us that's with the rumors and the talk. There's rumors about the Park District. What I'm not understanding is if the Park District was on the voting thing and it was voted yes, what's the problem? You're going to tell me renters don't count? My God, now votes don't count.
Thank you. Ms. Millie.
Thank those two ladies, the last two. I'm disturbed, as usual. Ms. Scott, can you please, first let me ask Joe, give her permission to do her job. Can you please have the electrical wires that is dangerous, have those repaired? There's also a great big box. Great big box is right out there. I know you don't get a chance to get out much, but if you just go out there, it's a great big box out there. Anybody can get electrocuted. Anybody. Also, Mr. Mayor, you didn't call on me last week, the last time we had a meeting. Please don't do that again. My name is always first, second, third. You didn't call my name. You did everything tonight trying not to call my name. Because that's what makes me act out. Also, how about Sonia? How about finance meetings? What's happening? Young lady, I don't know this lady here. How about some finance meetings? We don't have no finance meetings. There's nothing going on in this village. There's an area down there, Stunkel Road, going down Stunkel Road. I'm sure the back road is sick and tired of all of us throwing out garbage and stuff. I've seen people out picking up paper. They're picking up paper because we have to detour. This here, it just up and happened. We have to detour. What kind of village is this? What kind of administration is this? I already know. What else? There's trees falling all over the place. I've showed Mr. Russell. I tried to show Miss Scott, but she stood me up. And I, which I expected. I was where I was supposed to be. She over on Wright Road. Who does that? What else? What else? Oh, Miss Scott, please, please, for the sake of this village, can you get some staff? Mr. Russell have a handful of staff. The chief here, hardly no staff. But yet and still, you all have money to go, and that's another thing I want to talk about.
Your time is up, Mrs. Morgan.
You're going on trips and things.
Mrs. Morgan, your 3 minutes has been...
And the trip, you've been gone for a whole week, and the trip was only for
Mrs. Morgan, please respect, the time is up.
The thing was only for 3 days. Y'all was gone for a whole 7 days. Y'all have a good time, Sonia?
Thank you. Your time is up, Mrs. Morgan.
Ms. Scott, you have a good time? I know Mr. Rudez did. He had a damn good time.
Now, you know I love you, right? Oh. But your time is up. You got to sit down for a minute.
Lunsel?
Okay, because now it's somebody else's time.
Keith Griffin?
I'm taking my time from the last.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Mr. Mayor, 2 meetings ago I asked you, but you didn't. Maybe Ms. Scott can help me with this. Could you, they got a lot of stuff on media, sorry, that I don't particularly agree with. Could you give a breakdown or a synopsis of the details of that agreement with Aqua? Because a lot of people are saying a whole lot of stuff for different stuff that I don't agree with. And about the Park District, I want to say this. I can say what I do and look you in the eye. I did not vote for the Park District. I didn't. But Park District, they won. They won. They had a recount at Will County. It passed again on the recount. They did a vet, they did a levy. It's been levied, so it's in now. The thing I have a problem with, you have 3 trustees, Fulcher, Brooks, and Thompson. Now they filed a lawsuit. That's going to cost the village between $600,000 to $800,000 to defend this lawsuit. It's easy to spend somebody else's money when it's not yours. If you, no, hold on, wait a minute now. If you didn't want the Park District, you should have voted it down. The Park District won. They had a recount, it won. So all this other stuff about this bickering back and forth, it won. Plain, pure, and simple, it won. Now all this other stuff, you know, stop the dumb stuff. It won. So now, that being said, again, it's easy to spend somebody else's money when it's not yours. Since we having this frivolous lawsuit, maybe they should pay for it. I hope the people remember that come election time.
Thank you. If I'm not mistaken, that concludes our public comment
Mayor,
section.
Mayor, since my name was mentioned, may I have a rebuttal?
You have the right to rebuttal.
Okay.
Brooks. I ain't gonna let nobody mess with Keith, though. All right, let's have order. We've been doing a decent meeting. Let's go ahead now. All right. Reports of officers.
I had a rebuttal, Mayor.
Oh, I'm sorry, Thompson. Go right ahead.
Since my name was
Watch your
mentioned,
microphone, Scott.
only part of what former trustee Griffin said is really true. So it's true that voters in the majority voted for the Park District. That's fine. But you have to do things, my goal is to do things in order and not out of order, and to follow state statutes and laws and not just do things the way you want to do it. So also, former trustee Griffin said that it would cost the village $600,000 to $800,000 to defend, and that maybe we should spend our own money or something like that. The Park District is not a part of the village. It's its own separate taxing body. It's its own separate. So it's not the fact of whether or not we're going to have a Park District. If the voters voted for it, that's fine. I think everybody agrees with that. But you have to do things in order, because when you start doing things out of order, they get more and more out of order, and that's the only real issue.
All right, thank you. Mrs. Morgan, I've asked you respectfully over and over again to stop bellowing out in the audience. It's really not a good look for our community at all. Neva Jenkins.
Good evening, Mayor Board. Some of the key accomplishments for May for communications has been marketing, communication, and event support for numerous community programs, special events, and public engagement initiatives, including the Juneteenth celebration marketing, Spades Tournament, Sound the Alarm campaign for the University Park Fire Department. If you don't know about that program, the information is over here on the side where they are installing free smoke alarms to University Park residents. My coworker, director, he's left the building, so
There's a fire or something.
he's fighting a fire, but there's a sound alarm campaign for that to install smoke detectors in your home. The question of the month initiative by the University Park Police Department. Memorial Day celebration, back to school celebration, summer grass cutting program. The Nickerson Family Legacy Foundation event was covered, as well as the May Steppers event and Mother's Day extravaganza. Also, I was able to attend the University Park Lions program for their Chicago Bears training camp. I covered that as well, and that's the end of my report.
Thank you so much, Ms. Neva. Mr. Battle? See you soon, Ms. Calloway. Okay. Oh, my goodness.
Good evening, Mayor, trustees, and the residents of University Park. This is my board report for May Community Outreach. In May, last week, we just completed the University Park Basketball League. We had 6 teams that competed over the span of 2 months. Congratulations to the Titans. They went undefeated and winning the championship in the first inaugural season. So congratulations to Coach Thaddeus. Upcoming events taking place in University Park. The youth dance program registration is open. We will have our first session for the summer this Saturday from 10:30 to 12:30. So we'll meet every Saturday. The fee is $60 for anybody to participate from the ages of 4 to 16. Okay, that would $60. That would cover from May 30th to August 8th. If you had a kid that did dance before, it's $200 a week. Also, another big event that's taking place is the 2-day Juneteenth celebration called Voices of Victory. We will have food vendors such as Chick-fil-A, Harold's, and a couple of other food vendors. We'll also have non-food vendors as well. The first day on June 18th will be a gospel fest. We'll have the Governor's State Transformational Choir. There'll be a highlighted act. Also, we'll have a Spades Tournament. Registration for that is open. It is free. For more information, give myself a call. One of the things that I am very excited about, and something we have not done in this village in 15 years, to end the celebration, we will have fireworks. So that is a big ordeal. We're probably the only village in the Chicagoland area to have fireworks for Juneteenth. So that ends my board report.
Thank you so much, Mr. Battle.
One question, Mayor.
Go ahead.
Everyone that's presenting their board report, please email the clerk. Okay, okay. Thank you.
No problem.
Is that stuff, what you just talked about, is that posted at the Village Hall? It is?
All right, go ahead, Mrs. Patel. Mrs. Morgan, please, refrain from yourself. Good. Go ahead, Mrs. Patel.
So on behalf of the Nickerson Foundation, they would like to recognize Mayor Joseph Rudez, Trustee Karen Lewis, and Trustee Sonia Jenkins for coming out. They have some gifts for them. I'll bring them to you.
Oh, And this is from who? The Nickerson Foundation? Awesome.
You to the Nickerson Foundation. All right. Ms. Patel, can you go back to the mic and say it one more time? Thank you. I know.
Chief, do you have a report? One second.
So it was the 5K run that we did last Saturday. It was Nickerson Foundation. They do scholarships for our students in University Park. Also, they wanted to thank Village Manager Elizabeth as well to help coordinate this situation.
All right.
You to the Nickerson Foundation.
All right. You out of breath or you good? You good? Go ahead, Chief.
Good evening, residents, mayor, board. For the fire department, we're happy to announce that we received $25,897 in a grant through the state fire marshal's office. With this grant, we're going to be buying little small thermal imaging cameras, and they're called situational awareness cameras to help firemen when they get lost to find their way back out. We're also going to be buying some battery-powered saws to help with the green energy. Also, I don't know if anybody has talked about, we did partner up with the American Red Cross for sounding alarm for all village residents. There are flyers in the back. If you scan the QR code, you put your information in there, we will contact you. Just be patient. We might have to put you guys on a waiting list because we only get so many smoke detectors at a time from the American Red Cross. But they've been pretty fast on replacing them, so there might be a slight little delay on actually getting them installed. One of the other things that was pretty major within this area, we were at the Balmoral Racetrack Fire. We started at 6 a.m., we got done at 9 o'clock at night. It's still under investigation at this time. We just had a small little oven fire. Please, please, please be careful when you're cooking, obviously. With greases and different stuff like that, they do spill. We get it. It's going to produce a lot of smoke, and it might produce a small fire. By all means, give us a call right away so we can contain that and then help you guys out with getting the smoke out and everything. There have been a lot of high-speed accidents within the last month where we were cutting people out of cars. Please slow down, pay attention to stop signs, stop lights. We don't want to have to cut people out and have them seriously hurt. And that'll be my report.
Thank you so much. Mr. Russell. No, I'm sorry, Chief.
All right, since the last meeting, I established a prisoner meal agreement with the VP to Go, which is a local business in town for our prisoner meals. I assisted a family member of a University Park missing person with getting their DNA entered into NamUs. NamUs is the National Missing Unidentified Person System. So in case, God forbid, a body is found and the DNA is recovered from that body, it may match this person, and is mainly meant to give them closure. But there is a process you have to go through that with the state and with the county, so I'm glad we were able to help them with that. Background checks on the police applicants are continuing. Like I've always said, we need people, but we need the right people. I'm not looking for a shirt filler. I need someone that's going to come in and do the job and reduce the liability for the village. So those backgrounds are continuing. Police answered 780 calls for service. 125 tickets ranging from parking to moving violations were issued. 7 arrests were made. And just keep in mind, 15 guys. 15 guys working a lot of hours. So I'm very proud of them. I give them all the respect in the world because they're working and including all the other details that come up. So they are putting in some heavy hours. So I appreciate those guys. I had 2 companies come out to examine and give quotes addressing the water issue at the station. I'm looking for a third now. I participated with Richmond Park with the Cop on Top for Special Olympics. I got out there about 6:30 in the morning, and it was a nice windy day, but it was a good turnout. It was a good turnout for a great cause. I attended a meeting with Will County 911 regarding the June 1st start of the RAVE notification system. What the RAVE is, it's actually where the community can be notified through the county. So if there's a storm issue, if there's any type of issue, they can do a call tree or a text tree or an email tree to let you guys know what's going on also, in addition to the police. That's something that they're rolling out and that we're going to jump on the bandwagon with them. I attended the Laraway East Police Radio Group meeting. I attended the Government Communication Masterclass, Crisis Communication, and Strategic Social Media course. I attended the Burden of Command, Leadership Resilient and Public Safety. I attended the medical and de-escalation training for my ALESPI mandates. But ALESPI is the Illinois Training and Standards Board. Even as a chief, I still have to keep my mandates up to date. So I attended that. I attended a meeting with Enterprise regarding the police vehicles and the removal of old vehicles from the police lot. Some of those cars have been there 8, 9, 10 years from what I understand. So I'm trying to clean a lot up and get that stuff out because we can turn those in and get money for them, and that money can either be paid to us or it could be applied to things we need, for example, as outfitting of a new squad, which would save the village money in that respect. I submitted traffic stop statistics to the Illinois State Police in regards to the racial profiling requirements. All of that's been submitted. I attended the First Responders Breakfast sponsored by the Faith Movers Academy, which is actually extremely nice, very, very, very delightful staff. Some of the upcoming projects I'm trying to get done. Now that Lexipol has been approved, I'm going to apply for a grant and establish a start date. There is a grant available. I'm still working on the keys for the standalone speed detectors on University Drive and Blackhawk so I can service them and place them back in motion. A lot of things I'm doing myself to save the village money. The speed trailer has been fixed. I fixed that. The Bearcat, I'm working on that. I'm fixing that. You know, if I can do it, I figure I'm going to do it, and that way it alleviates cost to the village. So I'm just one of those, I'm going to get it done. Let's see. I'm going to establish an assessment process for the chiefs of police. We're going to get that start date going. We're going to get a start date now for the audit of the evidence room. Like I said, the speed trailer is being tested. If you're coming out of Thornwood House and you're coming out to Burnham, you'll see the speed trailer light up. So I got it. I'm going to put it on the street probably next week because I want to make sure everything was working correctly. The solar charging, all that was working correctly, and it seems to be. I'm working on getting the police Bearcat operational. That's a four-wheeler that they have that we can use like for events to transport water, or if someone's hurt, we can get them out the crowd instead of trying to pull the whole car in. That's been down for a couple of years. I'm going to get that running. I'm still researching medical kits for squad cars, for officers as well as the community. I am still I'm waiting on a response from the South Suburban Humane Society so we can have an agreement with them to take our recovered dogs there. Still researching equipment for incident command responses. Officers are receiving more training. I'm going to continue with the training because a better trained officer is a better equipped officer. I'm going to train as much as I can, as long as the scheduling allows, and if I can find some things bargaining wise, that's what I'm going to do. Last but not least, I'm still cleaning and maintaining the station. I'm going to continue because I want the station to be somewhere where we can walk in and we can be proud. And a lot of it is getting a lot of old stuff out, getting a lot of things repaired, and getting a lot of things up to speed. And everyone, that's my report.
Thank you so much. Mr. Sampson. Testing 1, 2.
Good evening, council, community members. I'm going to follow up on a few things that Chief Stark said. We're both working on that Lexipol. For you that don't know, Lexipol is a standardized policy, industry standard, and what it's going to do, it's going to standardize everything from hiring to pretty much everything in the police department. It's very important because the officers, it's legal, all attorneys vet it. If, an example, if President Trump made executive decision, as we know he does quite regularly and frequently, and something drastically changes overnight that would impact our policy, immigration might be one of those. The Lexipol policy would immediately notify us, update the policy. It would then be sent to our officers who would have to acknowledge the policy, and then it would be in our handbook. They also have to review these policies monthly and take a test on it. So it is industry standard. Professional agencies, law enforcement, it's a component of risk management. Very important that we're doing that. Fortress, again, we've been both, Vince and I, Chief, have both been working on that to make sure that we're, again, a risk management component and our evidence is secure and legal. Actively reviewing all fire department policies. I continue to work on the village's emergency operation plan. Again, that's a little bit more challenging than I anticipated because I'm working with 2 counties. Chief Starks and I attended some classes. Like he said, we both have to retain our standards through the Illinois Law Enforcement Training Board, so that sometimes is just like regular police officers, we have to do that plus something else. Working with Village Manager Scott on several internal matters. I'm going to keep on that. That's going to be ongoing for a while. Recruitment efforts, Vince and I continue to work on that daily. That's communication all day long about our recruitment. Like he said, we're down 15. We have a meeting on June 1st with the Police and Fire Commission. We're going to see if we can figure out a way to streamline that. I believe the fire department is in the same boat we are with that. Working with the ILACP about that deputy chief's position, we continue to do that. That's going to be ongoing. And then the final thing is Chief Starks and I will attend the Coffee with a Cop program, and that's going to be next Saturday right here at 90 Town Center from 9 to 10. That's all I got, Mr. Mayor. Thank you. Yes, ma'am?
Oh, listen, obnoxious. Mr. Russell, go right ahead, sir.
Ms. Millie, we're not going to do that. I'll talk to you after the meeting.
Good evening, Mayor, Village Manager, trustees, department head, staff, residents of University Park. I first want to thank God for giving us an opportunity to serve this community. I also want to thank the board, village leadership, and our residents for your continued patience, support, and belief in the work being done every single day by the Public Works Department. Tonight, I stand humbly on behalf of our department that continues to push forward under very challenging conditions. According to our Public Works Master Board report, our department is currently operating with an active 8 employees out of 20 that we should have, which represent about 65% of our vacancy rate. Despite these challenges, our team continues to show up every day with pride, determination, and commitment to this village. Over the last 2 weeks alone, our crews repaired multiple streets using about 20 tons of asphalt. Trust me, we get every call about the potholes, every day, all day. But we've used about 20 tons of asphalt in the last 2 weeks. We've removed dozens of dangerous branches and debris, completing lighting and electrical repairs, handling residents' complaints, supported board and rental events, completed park work, continued infrastructure maintenance throughout the community. My department, they also completed over 62 utility locates in the industrial area, cut abandoned properties and open fields, began installing speed bumps around our schools and parks to improve safety for our children and residents. I want to make something very clear tonight. Any criticism that comes towards the department, I accept with full responsibility. I understand what leadership is about. I understand that I will always accept all of the criticisms and not get any credit for any of the good, but I accept all the bad. That comes with leadership. That comes with the job. I am not perfect. We are not perfect. And there is always room for improvement, but I will never allow the hard work of my employees to go unnoticed. The men and women of Public Works have been working above and beyond expectation with limited manpower Aging equipment, increasing service demand. And we all continue to deliver services professionally while carrying workloads that normally would require triple the staffing levels. So tonight, I do not want to take credit solely. The credit belongs to the employees who come in early, who stay late, who answer emergency calls, repair streets, clean parks, respond to storm, prepare buildings, maintain equipment, and keep the village moving forward every single day. The credit belongs to the village leadership for continuing to work through difficult financial operational challenges. Our village manager is extraordinary. I must say that. She challenges me in ways I've never been challenged before. We do have great grant opportunities coming before. As a matter of fact, the county emailed me today at 5 o'clock from a grant that my village manager said, file for now. And I did that work, and we did get approved for that grant, so we will have some great planning and scope work coming down the pipeline. So I do want to credit our village leadership for that, because again, like I do want to give credit to our village manager. I want to give credit to our village manager when it is expected. The credit belongs to the board. The board for continuing to support infrastructure and improvements and operational decisions. It is because of the Board of Trustees that we are able to continue to do the infrastructure work that we do in Public Works. I do want to thank you, Board of Trustees, for your efforts in improving the bills and continuing to move Public Works forward. And most importantly, of course, Ms. Millie, residents, the credit belongs to you for always calling and making the complaints which challenge us to be better. It challenges me to be better. Your complaints only make Public Works better. Ms. Millie, we do thank you for pointing out, excuse my French, Mayor, bastard trees that we are trying to cut and address. So we do want to thank all of you residents for pointing out potholes, trees, and other things that we, as our Public Works Department, are trying to remove. All right? So public service is not always glamorous, I understand that. Sometimes it means taking criticism, which I always will, quietly while continuing to serve professionally, which I always will. My village manager would not expect anything less. Sometimes it means doing more with less, which I have been, but that is the continued commitment to the department and most importantly, the community. As we continue to move forward, we remain focused on improving operations and increasing staffing, modernizing our equipment, enhancing safety, and delivering the level of service that residents deserve. On behalf of my PWD department, we thank you again for your support, your trust, and patience as we continue to build a stronger University Park. Thank you, Board of Trustees. Thank you, Mayor, and of course, our village manager.
Thank you so much. Ms. Willis.
Can you hear me? Yes. Okay. Good evening, Mayor, Board of Trustees, and residents. During the reporting period, the Finance Department continues supporting the organization's financial operations, compliance requirements, payroll administration, pension reporting, and committee coordination activities. Key efforts focused on completing monthly bank reconciliations, participation and training on complex bank reconciliations, processing and posting journal entries, managing payment processing, purchase orders, and check runs. We also processed monthly payroll deductions, prepared and submitted the fire pension, police pension, and IMRF reports. This past month, we also prepared the Finance Committee agenda and packets for the Finance Committee and distributed one packet to the attendee that was at the meeting. We have to work on enhancing operational efficiency and workflow. In conclusion, the Finance Department remains committed to maintaining strong financial controls and supporting the organization's operations. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Mr. Mirabali?
Okay, for my report, I'm going to go at a high level. One of the things we did is we did get access into the secure IDOR portal, Department of Revenue portal, to find out what the 2.4 million two deposits you guys received in 2024, what that related to. I can't share it because we're not allowed to, but we did get finally a clear answer as to what that money was related to. We did also work with submitting your DCEO grant quarterly reporting and closing that out, so that way we should be getting those refunds from the comptroller soon. We worked with setting up the ASAP reporting site, so that way when the police grants are finally closed out, we can start having those monies received into the village accounts. We took care of your guys' golf course sales tax reporting, so that should have cleared out, and we made those sales tax payments. We started the FY26 OPEB valuation, so that way you guys' actuaries can figure out what is the liability for the village's health insurance that it offers to full-time and retired employees. We worked on reviewing the Will County levy edit reports to make sure that is all good for that extension. On the financial side, one thing I do want to note, through the month of February, the village has received in interest income $1,464,232 for this fiscal year. And that's the summary of my report.
So much. All right, Trustee Brooks, you got something tonight? Trustee Brooks, you got something tonight?
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Residents, attending audience, I'd like to thank you for coming out tonight. I don't have much. I want to say that we had the Community Block Club that gave away 2 awards. I was with Ms. Truss as we gave away one at the Creek Monee Middle School. The second one that was for the high school, the person was not present, so they'll be getting their award at the ice cream giveaway that the Community Block Club will be having. In between time since we last spoke, of course, always meeting and talking with residents. I just would like to make some clarity on some things on how I feel. I feel that when we hear the trustee comments shouldn't be a bully pulpit for nobody. If you got something that you have to say or someone is negative, election season is every 4 years, really every 2 years. It's around petition time, September through April. You can talk about everybody like you want to. But what I don't like is when people say things and they're not factual. Tonight I won't go through my famous Milton Payton facts, but I will say this. Here's a fact. Theo Brooks never said renters don't count. What Theo Brooks did say is when it was time for the Park District referendum to come again, and tonight, because I feel we have done great by not arguing, we thought we was gonna get out of here before sunset, but that's not true. But we almost out of here. The person who was responsible for that referendum, it failed the first time. So they were smart. They picked a moment. And someone even said it, if you read, whether you're looking at voters' facts online, the census report, we have more renters than we do of homeowners. When do they vote? Most of University Park turnouts is during the presidential, governors, and sometimes, depending on who the mayor running is, they'll come out during the mayoral election, those 3 times. And the time that they ran and they won. That's what I said. They picked the time that renters really come out and vote. I didn't say nothing else. As one trustee, former trustee used to say, check the tapes. Check the tapes. See what I said. Because I didn't say that, along other things. Lastly, standing rule. Tonight, I was appalled because someone comes up and say, I'm so disrespectful to women. I'm so disrespectful to Ms. Scott. Let me say something. The people already made their choice, and I'm up here for my 3rd term with no problem. When I ran for mayor, I had all women on the ticket. Right now, 56, yes, I'm kicking out facts. 56% of this village and those who vote are women. Thornwood House, I hear you. The last time I was there, it was usually Thornwood House, and be honest with you. Whoever's the mayor, and if you're on their side, you get access to that building. I've not had access to that building since Mayor Covington. That's a fact. That's the truth. Because opposition knows that you all vote in that building, and they would do anything for that precinct when you running to make sure, oh, he don't come here, he don't have nothing, he don't do nothing for us. Well, let me tell you, Thornwood House, if I have to, I would throw the pictures where I had barbecues there for you all. I have Christmas there with you all. And if you all, Ms. Calloway, if you allow me to do that, because I gave you my card last time, I will come and pull it. Miss Millie will tell you, I have no problem spending money. I will come up there. During the campaign, someone was calling me, telling me you all were having problems. I instructed Chief Mitchell to please have a squad car in front of y'all building 5:30 every morning. All of a sudden, that fell off. Now, Chief Mitchell is not here. But when you mention that you all need help, Chief, they do have problems because this past election, the Thornwood House people kept calling me, and Chief Mitchell didn't do his job. Because every morning I call, I say, did the squad car come out there? They said, Trustee Brooks, no. It's not hard. All I just ask is a simple demand, and I don't understand why it can't be done what is called premise check, where officers simply go to the Thornwood House, premise check, well, I don't know how y'all do it, but hey, I'll give my call sign, 849, premise check, Thornwood House, 0530. That's all I ask. But I couldn't even get that. So what I hate is the politics that's being played. Just like the person who sat here and said standing rules and respect. Now, I don't like what I just seen back there with my wife. Now, I don't think. Now, that was a man talking to a woman. And see, my thing is, yes, it was a man talking to a woman. Now, what I ask is that if we all going to respect, no, it was him. He shook his head, no. If he was for somebody else, I'm saying yes, it happened. The thing is that if we're going to be up here respectful and have a decorum, I just ask is before we start spitting facts, I'm not even going to go, because there were some things that were said last board meeting, and I said no comment. I wouldn't give a report. They were not factual. I think we should be up here, trustee comments, saying what we have done and what we would do and what we can do to accomplish. I'm not disputing anything Sonia Jenkins may said, the mayor may said, none of that. What they say is what they say. Because at the end of the day, it may be another situation like the water crisis. We all had to come together. And the way the country is going right now, anything can come together. Because there are people out here right now, when we say something, my point is they become inflamed. And it's too many political violence that's going on. Sonia just mentioned something. She mentioned something that dealt with violence. So at the end of the day, why we can't come in this boardroom, conduct business, and leave? Too much is happening where the police is involved. So I say that if we're going to respect standing rule, let's respect standing rule, period. And for that, I yield my time, and we will not have a trustee report next meeting, which is supposed to be the cow, but I will wish those a happy Father's Day. And I yield my time, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Trustee Thompson?
Hello, residents. Our meeting still is historically short. I can't believe I can still see blue outside. So I don't want to prolong the time, so I'll say what I always say. Ask questions and expect answers, and don't give up until you get an answer, because every question has an answer. And like I said, I don't want to prolong the time. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers and to those who have been a father to someone. Stay safe this summer to everybody. Be safe.
All right. Thank you so much. But I overlooked something. Manager Scott, please.
Good evening. May 5th, I held a meeting with Susan Kwasny regarding UPMS4, further discussion of continued needs and budget discussion for compliance. Attended the weekly legislative briefing calls with SSMMA and Taylor Anderson. Held 2 meetings regarding the TIF 7 adoption with Ryan LLC. Worked on the newsletter and held multiple meetings with NEVA regarding articles as well as photos. Attended the countrywide mass notification system informational session through Will County. Held a meeting with Robinson Engineering to discuss the demolition of Hickok Pool. And Robinson Engineering subsequently went to Hickok Pool to assess the building and the impending demolition. The funding for the demolition, by the way, is coming from a grant that we received from Will County that I applied for last year, which part of the money we also were able to pay Fire Station 1, so it's the same portion of that grant. On May 6th, I was interviewed for about an hour by the Chicago Metropolitan Agency for Planning for the grant for technical assistance, which I submitted last month, specifically the capital improvement plan. Held a meeting on May 6th with Lauren Dorman of IPRF regarding the Grant Plus program. Spoke with Ty St. Clair with Lexipol regarding the Lexipol process, their grant reimbursement program, and spoke with the chief of Zion, Eric Barden, who I ran into at the ICSE Economic Development Conference, and we had good conversation regarding his experience with Lexipol and some other software systems, and swapped ideas and discussed departmental challenges. May 7th, held a staff meeting with department heads. I had a separate meeting with Patrick Simpson, Public Safety Director, on multiple occasions throughout this month to discuss various projects, workflow, concerns, and upcoming events. Had a meeting with key personnel regarding vehicle and motorcycle sticker sales. Sticker sales are on sale now. They weren't supposed to start until June 1st, but we had several residents that came that wanted to purchase their stickers. So sticker sales, they are going on now. Please make sure that your vehicle stickers are on display no later than July 1st. Fees double on July 2nd. We have added extra hours at Village Hall to accommodate those who are unable to purchase stickers during the normal business hours. So those additional hours will be Saturday, June 6th, June 13th, Saturday, June 20th at Village Hall. We will be open from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. On May 7th, I attended the Will Cook Enterprise Zone Council meeting to discuss projects ongoing in University Park and hear from adjacent municipalities on their projects, including Park Forest. Filled out and emailed several grant compliance documents with the assistance of Chris Mirabali and submitted to the Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity. Held a meeting with engineers, owner, and staff regarding the 200 applied building for site plans and engineering. Met with a prospective tenant for Town Center regarding amending the lease and other questions she had. On Saturday, May 9th, I attended the UP Lions game at Palmer Park, where the Chicago Bears had a training camp with representatives from the organization who came out and showed love to our youth and donated equipment to the team. I was so impressed by the number of former players that came back to give their time to donate and their skills to the Lions, with over 200 young people who attended. Congratulations to the UP Lions on 50 years of service and legacy to this community. Very impressive. There are new pay boxes at both metro stations. We now accept credit cards in addition to cash. We also placed new updated signage on both lots. Held a meeting with Turning Point Energy for Kings/Nackey Road, Loves Lane. The repaving is going to begin shortly, and we will be sending out notification on when that's slated to begin. Meeting with Performance Food Service for the golf course to review food pricing. We currently use Cisco, so I just wanted to take a look at the contract and try to find the best bang for our buck. Had a meeting with the engineers for street resurfacing for, we're going to do major street resurfacing in the industrial corridor for TIF 5. Although TIF 5, that was stated the other day, there is money owed from the general fund. That doesn't mean that we can't resurface roads. We still have money in the coffers in TIF 5, but it has to be used specifically for street resurfacing, and that's what I plan on doing. Reviewed design plans and cost estimates for the resurfacing of Thornwood Mall Drive and Burnham. I also had an introductory call and introduced myself with the owner of Thornwood House to discuss the street resurfacing, which, as I've stated many times, is going to be Thornwood Mall Drive, which connects to Thornwood House, connects onto Burnham, crosses over University Parkway, and it'll end right there at Sandra Drive. So I had a meeting with them because I did review the warranty deed for that building, and in doing that, I found out that Thornwood House is supposed to pay for a portion of Thornwood Mall. So I did have a discussion with him about him paying his portion, and he agreed. Last week, the mayor and trustees, Sonia Jenkins Bell and Karen Lewis, attended the ICSC Conference for Economic Development. There were many other suburbs from Illinois in attendance. I was really impressed with Matson. They had a huge setup and a huge conglomerate. They had a lot of people and a lot of buzz. They actually rented this huge booth to garner business, as well as Calumet Park. The Joint Review Board for the boundary extension of TIF 7 was initially held on May 19th. Because we were at ICSC, we continued it. By law, we can't cancel it and reschedule it. So we did the continuance, and it continued on to the 27th, yesterday. We'll be having a public hearing on the matter on June 23rd at 6:30 p.m. That's going to take place before our regularly scheduled board meeting. And subsequently, in July, if everything goes well, the board will be approving the ordinance. The Standing Finance Committee, I'd like to address that because I saw a lot of things or heard a lot of things. I don't participate in Next Door because I have a lot of work to do. And oftentimes a lot of the gossip and everything that I've heard is not true, but I don't have time to combat that. So I wait until time like this. So the Standing Finance Committee is an advisory committee. Although it's an advisory committee, it's still an integral part of the process for budgeting. It's important to the point that when I came here, I made sure that we implemented meetings every third Thursday. However, we make sure the doors open, we come. It is members of the public, and there's several members. I'm not going to put them on blast or mention their names. They know who they are. It is your duty and your responsibility to show up for your community. You signed up for this. I don't think that it's fair that the village gets blamed, the village government gets blamed when the residents don't show up to participate. In order to have this meeting, we have to have a quorum. So there has to be a certain number of members present. So if people try to decide they're going to sabotage, which is political, which is not what I do because I run day-to-day operations, a way to be political and to make us look bad is to not show up for the meetings. So I'm asking the members of the public who volunteered for this position to please show up because it is very important and we do need your assistance. And I do value your input at those meetings, so please show up. On May 21st, I attended the SSMMA business meeting via Zoom, reviewed documents from Revere Consulting for the fiscal year 27 budget, discussed that with Chris Mirabali as well for incorporating projected energy revenue from electric vehicle usage from our 3 charging station locations. So there's going to be an additional line item coming on the budget, and it's going to be for revenue for anticipated money that we'll be receiving from that. I would like to also clarify something that came up about flyers, saying that I would not allow Mary Trust to place her flyer in the Village Hall. That is actually not true. I actually did tell Mary Trust she could place it in the vestibule. However, we do not promote other companies, outside entities on our marquee or in the glass. And I explained to her, and I So I did tell her that she could place her flyers out with all the other flyers. However, we just do not, as long as I've been here and I have asked, we do not put other governments, other organizations, we don't promote tax services. I've had many people ask to leave, things like that. We don't. If it's a village event, as long as it's not political, I don't have an issue, but it won't go on our marquee. So she proceeded to insult me, tell me that she's in the vestibule more than I am. Okay. But you're more than welcome, for the record. If you'd like to place the flyer, you're more than welcome to do that. We have road closures along University Parkway for the BP gas pipeline work being done. That is not village work. From my understanding, it was to do some work, urgent work, but we did put our information out, the information that was provided to us on our social media and all available outlets. Sometimes we do receive the information months in advance, like we did from Aqua. However, there are times, like in this case, when we may receive it a week before at the last minute, and we try our best to put the information out, and we'll continue to do so. Also, the PACE bus shelter on the corner of Sandra Drive off of Burnham has finally been replaced, as many of you have probably seen. Also, coming out soon, the mayor can speak more to this, but there's going to be documentation coming out in the mail regarding the Aqua water settlement. It's very important that, that you look out in the mail for that and a lot of more information, and I'll hand it over to the mayor from there. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Trustee Gina?
Good evening, everyone. Can you hear me? Okay. I want to say, first of all, I went to the Mother's Day event. It was my first time ever going, and when I say that was spectacular, it was. The food, the guests, everything. I love to dance. That DJ was playing every song I thought about, and I got up on there and did what I do. I also want to say I went to the career day at Faith Movers, and it was so nice seeing all those young people with their aspirations of wanting to be doctors, nurses, lawyers, firemen. They were out there at the fire truck, ringing the bell, doing all that. It was excellent. Myself and Karen Lewis, Trustee Lewis, we left there. We went to Cop on Top, but I think Starks was on his way to Faith Movers. I want to give a extra special thanks to our Director of Public Works, Antoine Russell. The other day, a tree fell on Penn Oak over the weekend. So when I was able to call him, because Monday was a holiday, he said, say no more. When I knew anything, the truck was out there. They were getting that tree up. I mean, they didn't leave no stones unturned. I tried to call RY Property, but I unfortunately didn't get an answer. But he got right on it. And I also want to congratulate him on being the, the first black commissioner, highway commissioner. Hats off, sir, you're doing it, and your staff. They are awesome. Then I want to address Ms. Calloway. Ms. Calloway, you know I'm there for you. I don't make as many trips as I could possibly because I have a brother I tend to, but you know, I come over there, I sit with you all, we get in that room, and I try to give y'all as much information as possible. Now, with this new Aqua and Zimmerman, I'm gonna make a special trip over there. I had to get permission from Zimmerman to do what I do. So I have to follow protocol. But I do have their phone number. I'm gonna give that out to anyone that needs it. I myself haven't even got a claim form, and I understand a lot of people didn't get claim forms, but the claim forms are in the mail. We had the holiday, so that was a reason for them not receiving it. I also want to give special thanks to the new police chief on having chat with the chief. That was a good program we had before, and I look forward to coming to that and speaking with him and finding out what they're gonna do as far as the summer with all the kids being out of school. This is another reason why we need definitely need some type of park district or something for these children. I wanna thank Eamon Nickerson because he's one of the people that I'm bringing to the park district. Him and his partner, Maya Hightower, they are there for the children. They want to present scholarships and do programs and things. So I'm glad that he's not letting any grass grow under his feet. He's already coming to our village and doing things to make sure that programs are getting kept and going underway. And as Trustee Brooks pointed out, respect goes a long way, and it should go both ways. It's unfortunate because one of the people have already left, and it's very disrespectful how they carry out. You all, this is a business meeting. This is a meeting where residents are supposed to come and the board is to come together. We're trying to communicate. We should be trying to join forces, not tear each other's house down, not get up here and outburst and everything. It's disrespectful. So when we say that, say it to the main one too, who sits there on a regular basis, constantly making us look bad. But I don't hear too many people speak on that. But that needs to be brought out. This is not the place for that. Other people, this is not a social hour. You want to socialize? Socialize before or after the meeting. But when you come in here, give us your ears, give us your respect so we can get something done. Because all this hypocritical stuff, that doesn't take us anywhere. You make us look bad, and then you wonder why people aren't coming here. You say you want new officers, you want new people working for Public Works, well, show them. Don't just talk about it, be about it. And I know for a fact that Ms. Scott has listed those positions. So people have to apply for it. Angela is not here tonight, but when she gets qualified people, she interviews them. She's making sure that she's gonna get the best of the best to serve this community. So we need to give applause to people like that. It's not that we're not hiring people, but people have to apply for the position, and then you have to have the skill set. I mean, I worked at companies where it's a revolving door, because they hired somebody, but then we found out they couldn't cut the mustard. So we had to say, hasta la vista, baby child. So when you come with your guns loaded, do the job, show us that you got what you say you got on that resume, because anybody can put, I can do AZT, and then they can't do X, Y, and Z. So we want to make sure we're getting the best of the best. I just want to thank all my fellow board meetings, and I want to say to Ms. Scott, I called at least 8 times for that Pace bus shelter. They got my name written in stone because I kept pushing. We need that shelter. It's right on the corner of my block, and I'm watching people come out of Governor's house shivering in the rain and the cold and the snow. It was not fair, and now I'm going to do the same with Metro, because you're not going to keep our station looking raggedy. We are the first and the last. We're Alpha and Omega. Why everybody else's station looks nice and ours look like something thrown away? I'm not taking that. So I'm gonna, just like I was on Metro's case, and they got my name written in stone, I'm gonna do the same for Metro. So that's pretty much, I think, all my report. Oh, and I did come to the joint council meeting that was held here on yesterday with all the taxing bodies. It was a very good meeting, and I hope that we can continue to come together and do things, because I do want to see growth. I do want to see things developing in our community, not just wet land, blank land, boring land. Let's get something in here that's going to bring commuters, retail people, shops, businesses. Let's look out for our college kids, because it's a college town. They don't have a whole lot to look forward to. We want to make that happen. Housing, stores, all of the above. So I just want to thank you all, and happy Father's Day to all the men in the building and all of you that's watching on YouTube.
Trustee Lewis.
All right, Trustee Lewis / clerk.
Yes, I'm sorry, Madam Clerk.
Let me say this. I want to say good evening to the residents board, those watching online. I've always attended the ICSC conference, Recon, to bring retail to University Park. Thank the mayor, village manager, and myself as we went as well years prior. We brought in the Quick Trip. Quick Trip is doing phenomenal in the state of Illinois. Many of you here go and patronize Quick Trip, and they came from the ICSC, you know, the party that everybody talks about that we went to. We also brought in the Dollar General. We met those guys at the ICSC. They're here in this town. We had a lot of good prospects that was going on. This time we went to the party in Las Vegas at Recon, the ICSC. I had a chance to sit next to Trustee Jenkins Bell on the plane. It was her first time flying, and she did a phenomenal job, and she got to see the party that we go to bring businesses in this time. So I just want to say, it's not a party in University Park. Down in Las Vegas. It's not a party. It's a lot of walking. It's a lot of classes. It's a lot of talking and negotiating to bring businesses to our town. You all ask for a lot of things, and we go out there and we try and try. We have things that are coming. Be patient. Rome was not built in a day. You all want stores and banks and this and that. We have to crawl before we can walk. We had those things back in the day. We are working diligently when we go to the party in Las Vegas to bring those things back. The village manager, the mayor, Sonia, everyone was working. The village manager and the mayor, well, they left us because they walk fast, okay? We can't walk fast. It's like we walk 7 miles a day. There's 2 locations that we had to go to and from, to attend and meet people to bring them to this village. It is not a party. It's work. I also attended the Mother's Day extravaganza. That Mother's Day event was off the chain. We had a wonderful time, And let me say this, I volunteered as well as Mrs. Martin and Mrs. Rudez. We gave away great prizes to the residents because we love you all. We like when you attend. Keep showing up. Attend these meetings, attend the functions. You all went home with some great gifts. And those were out of our own pockets. Nothing. It wasn't paid for by the village. Let me get that clear, because everybody say we using the village money. No, ma'am. I work a whole full job, and I do this also as well as Jewel Thompson. She works a whole full job as well. So those gifts, and Ms. Martin as well, Commissioner Martin and Mr. Martin. We gave those things out of our own pockets because we want you all to feel loved on days like that. That Mother's Day event, hats off to everyone who put that together, to the Linda Rudez and the Moles Committee, Ms. Martin, Mr. Martin, the mayor. It was fun, and myself, Pat myself. And the city manager, she always. And Cushboo, Cushboo. And she looked so pretty in her dress. She came, that was her first time. And Cushbu. Okay, let me also say, we went to a careers day. Myself, the mayor, Chief Starks was on his way up there, and Trustee Williams. And it was amazing to see those kids, see us show up as individuals with jobs and they can look forward to when they get older to be individuals in their own, working at a job. They were glad. It was nice talking to the pastor, First Lady. We had a great time, and Chief, thank you for having the fire truck out there and the fire hats. Them kids was in heaven. They was like, I need 2 hats for my friend back in the classroom. It was really nice to see those kids so excited about having people come and show them they can be whatever they want to be. Little babies, you can be whatever you want to be. If you want to be the president, Barack Obama was the president, so can you. Okay, let me also say thank you to code enforcement, Mr. Benny Edwards. I had several residents call me, and I called Mr. Benny. He was Johnny on the spot, taking care of every call that I had, and it was over 10. I will say there were complaints, and he took care of those things. Thank you, Mr. Benny. You don't get enough credit for that, but we as the board, we thank you for taking care of that, those residents. Chief, thank you for being, doing the top cop on top. That we missed you, but we got you, okay? Okay, and then thank you, Mr. Antoine Russell, for going over there on Hamilton Avenue, right? And picking up the trash that was complained about by several residents. Antoine, no, I was calling him like, I think his ear might be bleeding right about now because I was calling him so much. Thank you, Mr. Russell. Let me also say thank you to the UP Lions on 50 years. Yeah, it's good to you. Oh, and thank you to Eamon Nickerson and Maya Hightower for the 5K run. Cushbu, the mayor, village manager, thank you all for putting in your time, and the Moles Committee and Gina Williams for bringing them to the board. That 5K run, they did their thing. Thank you. We appreciate that. We like people to come and help us out. And hopefully he has some more programs ready for these children as well. So I would like the elders in the community, come on and participate with us. We can't just have 5 of us out there. We need 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 40. We need y'all to, don't do that, Miss Pat. Come on out there with us. Let me also say, I did attend and chair the Joint Review Board, and it was good to see all of us come together and express our concerns without it being a fight. We had good conversation. Y'all didn't get to see that, but we didn't film that, but we did have good conversation among each other. We don't always fight all the time. I know y'all hear that we be battling it out, but don't always believe what you hear. Also, let me finish on up. I know y'all like, dang, Trustee Lewis, she ain't never talked this much. Okay, yeah, I got that far. And happy Father's Day to all the fathers and those who are fathers to other people. And that ends my, let me make sure, that ends my report.
So much, Trustee Jenkins Bell. And just for the record, we're going to have a brief executive session. I was just notified. So that goes to Oklahoma City and San Antonio Spurs game for me. Trustee Jenkins Bell.
Good evening, board trustees. It's on. Okay. I had the pleasure of going to the ICSC. This was my first plane trip, first conference. When I became a trustee years ago, the first 4 years, I loved this community so that I dedicated every dollar of my trustee money to take care of the youth, the seniors, and whoever needed some help, whoever needed some help inside the village. Here's a map. They walked me to death. It was just the craziest stuff. So when people come here and say that this village is not working toward bringing economic development in, it's a true, it's a terrible, terrible statement to even begin to say. It is very difficult. It's high-powered, high-pitched salesmen, high-pitched marketing,
And no, we were not there for 7 days. We were only there for 3. And so you have to set your own booth up. You don't have the money. We don't have the money to have people set up our booth. We're not there yet. We have a lot. It was a lot of different smaller municipalities than ours that was there supporting that conference and bringing business back to their communities. So when you guys go into the quick trip and you get your slushy with your children and your economical gas, remember that that is what came from the ICSC. And the acronym is the International Council of Shopping Centers. It was a wonderful trip. It was good. We did get some bites, but it's, when I tell you it's high-powered, it's high-powered, and it's a lot of walking. Also, I'm going to go into this. I'm very disappointed when I got back and I saw this lawsuit that the village that some of my colleagues decided that they wanted to do in reference to this park district. So when I found out about it, I sat down and I wrote a few words, and I'm going to read that tonight. And this is truly, truly from my heart and what I see as a trustee that has been sitting on this board for a year. And this is something that we have to get together and we have to fix this, because our children are at a disservice. Not us as adults not getting politically along with one another, but this is affecting our children. When it also, before I read this, I'm going to say this. I've been going to Thornwood House way before I became a trustee. Many, many years. I moved out here in 2010. My girlfriend moved in the building at that time. She lives in Iowa now. I spent a lot of time in Thornwood House, cleaning out their garbage chutes, making sure that the children had things, and bringing Christmas to their community. Many years before I became a trustee on this board. What is in your heart comes out in the work that you do. Always remember that. And not only did I do Thornwood House, I did this entire community. Before I was a member, one of the first members of the Block Club community. And my daughter was as well with the Kindness Club. So we did a lot of things to support this community, and none of it was politically motivated to get me on this board tonight. Thank you, Mayor, Board, for listening to me tonight, and esteemed residents. I want to speak plainly and honestly because I believe that what residents elected me to do, important issues affecting this community, should be discussed transparently right here in public, where residents can hear the discussion and elected officials have the opportunity to respond, not just on social media. Neighbors or other platforms many residents may never use. Tonight I wanted to address 2 issues. First, the newly created park district and what I believe are continued efforts by some of my colleagues to undermine its ability to move forward. And second, the need for accountability regarding funds connected to youth baseball in University Park. Let me begin with the park district. Trustees Fulcher, Thompson, and Brooks have aligned themselves with former Mayor Vivian Covington in opposing the new park district. We've seen that in the meetings. And that's right, it's okay. In a democracy, people are free to always disagree. But there's a difference between disagreement and obstruction. When political alliances work together, a referendum residents already approve, that needs to be called out plainly, honestly, and constructively. The question of whether to create an independent park district was debated, discussed, and approved by the voters of University Park. They voted for an $800,000 tax levy. They voted for better parks, stronger programs, and more activities for their families. The referendum language was clear. The $800,000 levy was not hidden. It was not a secret. It was printed on a ballot for everyone to read. I didn't personally vote for the referendum, as I've said before, but I support it now because it's my duty as an elected official to respect and help carry out the will of the people in University Park. And let me remind my colleagues of something else. The vote wasn't close. Out of 2,395 votes cast on the referendum, 138 residents voted yes, and 1,338 residents voted yes, and 1,057 voted no. That's 56% to 44%. That's clear. That is a mandate from the people of University Park. But apparently, the will of the people meant very little. Instead of filing frivolous lawsuits and searching for ways to stall the voters already approved, my hope is that we can put politics aside, work together to make one of the best park districts in the Southland area. Trustee Thompson, you were quoted in Southtown on October 24th of 2024, saying you wanted parks and recreation. Department reinstated under the village, former Mayor Covington made the same argument at the last regular board meeting. But the voters rejected that position because we already tried operating parks through the village budget. I like to use the old saying, as I've used it before, facts are very stubborn things. During Ms. Covington's first 6 years in office, the village budgeted and spent roughly $1 million per year on the Parks Department. So I asked residents tonight, what exactly did we receive for the $6 million that was given? Regal Farm has been shuttered, and it has been left in disrepair. Hickok Pool was closed, allowed to deteriorate so badly that it has to be demolished with and at the taxpayer's expense. The golf course was losing nearly $1 million annually because of gross mismanagement. But by the time Ms. Covington was removed from office with cause in 2019, the Parks Department had been dismantled, defunded, facilities were deteriorating, and programs for children, seniors, and families had disappeared. That is the failed model my three colleagues, that their political mentor, Ms. Covington, would have us to return to, and that's exactly the concept voters rejected. For homeowners like myself and many others, the average cost of the Park District levy is roughly between $15 and $20 a month, depending on the value of your home. That pales in comparison to this year's District 201 levy increase after the school board approved a $35 million bond issue for expanded classrooms and their newly developed sports facility. So I have a question, and this question is very important to me. Did any of our colleagues speak against the property tax increase? Did they file lawsuits blocking the $35 million funding? Or any of the political allies who regularly come to this board and criticize the Park District? I'm listening. But suddenly there's outrage over an $800,000 levy for park programs and facilities our residents will actually use and enjoy. I don't even have children in the school district anymore. Who will benefit from the $35 million tax hike? But I do know that improved parks strengthen the quality of life, create opportunities for children and families, and also improve property values and help build stronger communities. Because when you step back and look at all of this honestly, it no longer appears to be simply about taxes. It appears to be politically motivated. Because when you strip away the politics, this issue becomes very simple. We have a serious board who is committed to improving our community, restoring our parks, bringing back programs and activities for our residents, and these are very good things. Yet the decision made by the 2,395 residents who supported the referendum at the ballot box is now being undermined. Go figure. I'm confident the new park district will prevail, and when it does, the district will need to address the condition of the baseball fields at Regal Farm and Palmer Park. That brings me to my second concern, which we always preach about, is accountability. Trustee Fulcher, 7 years ago, the University Park Baseball Organization was created to support children in University Park. The organization raised $56,000 from hardworking families contributed money. The University Park and Money Township also provided taxpayer-funded grants from the Major League Baseball. Those funds were later removed from the organization's authorized account into a separate account under your control, Ms. Fulcher. That was about 3 years ago. I had the bank statements and records, all of that right here, if anyone would like to see them. Trustee Fulcher, I send this question to you. Where's the $56,000? Where did it go? Where did it go? And where is our money? I did not go toward improving the baseball fields at Regal Farm or Palmer Park, which I went to see today, which are in horrible shape. And today, along with the money, we no longer even have a local team. Understand that, because the team was moved to Crete, despite the fact that the village invested $300,000 into Craig Park's new ball field, concession stands, and their facilities. That is very unfortunate. But the larger issue here is accountability. Trustee Fulcher, where is our money? You speak about transparency all the time. We need to know where is our money. To date, you have been asked to account for the funds, provide receipts, verify expenditures, and document any refunds. Our only explanation I'm personally aware of from you, Ms. Fulcher, is I gave the money back. But the Village of University Park alone contributed more than $15,000 to that fund. And I have not seen records showing that village taxpayers receive any form of a refund. I have not seen documentation showing Money Township or contributing families receive refunds, or from the $56,000 transferred into your control. Residents deserve answers. Our children deserve better, and this board has duty to protect public funds and respect the trust of the people we represent. Because village grants and taxpayers' dollars were included in that $56,000 account, and because these funds remain unaudited and unaccounted for, I intend to place an item on the next agenda requiring Trustee Fulcher to provide a full accounting. That agenda item will require documentation for all remaining funds associated with University Park Youth Baseball Organization, verification of all expenditures, and records of the refunds that were given back to Major League Baseball, University Park, and Money Township, and our contributing residents. This is not personal. None of this is personal. This is accountability. That is about our children, our parks, our taxpayers, and the public's trust. Also know that when we sit and we talk about all of the park district and we're not doing things decent and in order, this proves to us that things need to be done decent and in order. So if we're gonna hold this board and hold the park district's board accountable for doing things decent and in order, we as elected officials that govern this village need to do things decent and in order as well. Thank you and good night.
All right. I'd like to thank all those who made their comments, and I'm going to ask for your undivided attention because I'm going to take a different twist, and I'm going to talk about something that each and every resident that's in attendance tonight and viewing in our TV audience needs to clearly understand, and this is regarding Aqua Water settlement. This is called your legal rights and options in this settlement. The first thing is to submit a claim form by July 6, 2026. This is the only way to get a payment. The second thing, exclude yourself by July 6, 2026. Get no payment from the settlement. This is the only option that allows you to ever be a part of any other lawsuit against the defendant about the legal claims in this case. Number 3, object by July 6, 2026. If you do not exclude yourself from the settlement, you may be object to it by writing to the court about why you think the settlement is unfair, inadequate, or unreasonable. Step number 4, go to a hearing August 24th, 2026. You may ask the court for permission to speak about the fairness of the settlement at the fairness hearing. The 5th thing, do nothing. Get no payment, give up the rights to ever sue the defendant about the legal claims in this case and other related cases. For questions, for those in the audience who want to take their time and write this number down, and for my TV audience, I'm going to give this number very slowly and the website to start your claim process. Call 1-877-268, again, 1-877-268-2976. Again, I'm going to repeat that number again because it's extremely important. The window time frame claims must be filed by July 6th, but again, the phone number is 1-877-268-2976. Or you may visit www.capital U, everything else is lowercase, University, capital P as in park, everything else is lowercase, capital W, everything is lowercase, WaterSettlement.com. Again, I'll read this again. To visit the website, it's www.universityparkwatersettlement.com. One more time. You can visit the website, www.universityparkwatersettlement.com. Cameraman, can you show up, can you bring the camera a little closer? Because this is extremely important. This is what the claim form will look like. Everyone should anticipate receiving one in the mail. Hey, neighbor, you want to get this? Yes. So, again, there'll be more information coming out. We're going to try to get PSAs out to every single resident in this community. So it's extremely important that these claims are filed. Manager Scott, would you just give me that tidbit about the Postal Service and what our current president has done as far as trying to suppress the votes, why it's important to us that July the 6th is the deadline? But go ahead, Manager Scott, please.
So the federal administration changed some laws as it relates to postmarking mail, and that was done in order to suppress voters. And if now when you turn your mail in, it won't necessarily get postmarked that day. It might not get postmarked for 2 days. So it's very important that although the deadline says it must be postmarked by July 6th, given the new administration and the laws they put in place so that the U.S. Postal Service no longer has to postmark the mail when it's received, it's highly advised that you get these settlement claims in as soon as possible. I would not wait until 2 or 3 days before, just given the circumstances and everything going on right now, so I highly encourage everyone to get it in as soon as possible.
So, in other words, don't wait to the last minute because you'll be left out. So, in the Village of University Park, we all need to collaborate, come together, because as you know, look at today's date, and these claims must be, again, submitted by July 6th of 2026. All right, so pass the word. You can get more information from Village Hall, and I greatly appreciate your time, your patience, and your understanding for tonight's meeting. Unfortunately, we have to go into a brief executive session, so again, thank the residents who came out tonight to understand how local government works in University Park. Again, is there a motion for adjournment? And we're going, and I got it. Yeah, that's like I say. There's a motion and a second, but we're going into executive session for the purpose of litigation. All in favor? And also, we're going to adjourn, so we're not going to reconvene when we come back from executive session. We're going to adjourn strictly from executive session. So thanks again. There's a motion and a second. All in favor? Opposed by the same sign? None? All right. Thank you so much.